So let's draw this shit. Hello and good afternoon, evening, after tea time. So today I've thought about doing another quick zombie sketch piece. I probably won't have time just to do like a bit of colour on this one, but I can probably set the stages to do a drawing and then that'll be that really. So what I want to do is have like the image of the zombie there, and then there's all the earth and that, like he's just climbing out of the ground sort of thing. So sketch quickly. Just want to get this idea down. Try and draw the arm there. The other arm's sort of like off the page. And probably like lots of rags, clothing. Just on the back there. Try and get like the teeth and a bit of like the skull, like rotten flesh as well on the head. Probably won't give it any ears. Just pretend they're not there. And the mouth like stretched open there. Usually when I'm sketching this stuff out, I'm always like thinking in the back of my mind whether the drawing will work out, but I think you have to have a bit of faith with these things and just carry on sketching regardless. If it don't work out, you can always start another drawing. It's not the end of the world really. But usually with every drawing or sketch that you do, it's best to try and make it count, because there's only so much time in the day and you don't want to get like days where you do lots of sketches that you're not really happy with. So it's usually a good idea to draw what you like drawing, and in my case it's horror stuff. But then I do like to challenge myself now and again, and I think it'll be better for me as well if I try and draw other stuff as well, which you'll see now and again. So we've got this zombie there. I want to make a bit more of this arm, a bit more detail. I've tried to do where it's coming out a bit towards us slightly. He's got a bit of muscle tone there, but then he's got like lots of flesh as well, just maybe hanging off as well. In between, a bit of clothing there. try and make it as detailed as possible. Although details don't really make the drawing, it's the sort of the shape of the like structure of the drawing. So I just want the hand there. There, so the hand's like reaching forward, obviously, and won't be a very clean looking hand either. So yeah, I'm gonna go through some horror films very soon and maybe sketch some quick sketches from there, and that'll give me some quick sketches to work from to do some good horror drawing videos. I'm going to draw Leatherface quite soon. I'm going to try and do that Maniac Cop drawing that I was going to do before the person who asked, well, the commission cancelled. I'm getting a lot of that lately. But I suppose it leaves more time for these vlogs and to try and work on artwork that I can sell. But yeah, we're doing more horror stuff. I'm going to rebuy a few DVD sets that I had to let go quite a few years ago, like Nightmare on Elm Street and things like that, because you can buy them pretty cheap now. Friday the 13th. So I want to get some more cool imagery and stuff, you know, like especially like scenes from them movies, and try and like recreate and draw them in my own style. I think that'll be quite good, and I can probably sell them. So that's what I'm planning, as well as all the other projects that I've mentioned, which I haven't got on with yet, but I'm determined to do these things. So I think in the background there'll be just some quick little images of some like tombstones and things. I don't want it to be too detailed in the background. Just maybe put some of these tombstones on a little slant here and there, and then there's maybe just slight suggestions of stuff in the background. Not too much going on, because it's the focuses of this zombie coming out of the ground. I can start to darken the pencil lines now. Still continue with the structure, you know, what I've drawn here, but just try to define it a little bit more before I start to ink it. It's going to be just an ink sketch once I've inked it, and I'll probably colour it at a later stage. I think tomorrow I'm going to attempt another painting or something, because I was really happy with the way that astronaut one was going. So I'll be doing that probably tomorrow in tomorrow's vlog. the eyeballs in there. I think I like to draw zombies that are more skull-like, where they're more rotten and there's more chances of like doing lots more detail. I like them types of zombies. Proper Return of the Living Dead, Living Dead stuff. I like, even though there's more, a bit of a comedy element to them sometimes. I like the one that comes out of the canister. I think it's in the second one, or it probably is the first one as well. It looks real rotten, even though some of the effects still look a bit comical, especially like the zombie's eyes back then. But yeah, still classic movies. Got them on DVD. But I like the third one as well, Return of the Living Dead Part 3. That was pretty good. So try and get more drips and lots of shit dripping off and whatever. Try and make it look fairly gory and horror. I'm a fan of them really good horror comic strips of in the years that I wasn't born sort of thing. I've seen like reprints of stuff, like 50s comics and things like that with horror, Vault of Horror and all these other horror comics, and I like all the inking style and stuff like that. So that's usually what I try and aim for in my sort of illustrations, especially all these horror zombies and things like that. Right, I think I'm going to start to ink this now. So I've got like a Pigma brush pen, which is my trusty tool of choice at the moment to do like outlined areas, and I usually mix it and match it with other ink pens. Now this sketch I ain't really aiming to make it as smooth as possible because there's lots going on, and you know, lots of rotten elements to this. I'd rather just blast through and make it look cool still, but not like a proper finished illustration or anything. Because I always think I can clean up drawings and stuff at a later time, add to them once I've had time to think about them a bit more. So the outline is quite important to try and make it more rotten. The texture on the outside, it's more easier to do that and then fill in all the rest with different sorts of ink pens and stuff. And like I said in previous videos, the underneath of it can be thicker and it looks like that bit's in shadow, like line weight and stuff like that. Like I said, that arm goes off the page and that bit's all clothed probably, so there's bits more clothing there. Still aware that there's going to be lots of earth and mud. Maybe start just sketching that with the ink pen. Just so I've got it like marked in anyway to ink later with like finer ink pens and add more darkness under there. So I think for this next bit I'm going to go to time lapse, and so this is going to be like a bit of a short vlog, but that's unavoidable sometimes, but at least I'm sketching something and I hope you like it. So there we have a quick sort of ink sketch of a zombie creature rising out the grave. I like to do more sort of illustrations of this kind I did that one before where I did like the undead skeleton. Supposed to be rising from the grave, but he was just like stood outside of his grave, like, and as if to say, "Hey, here I am." So I'd like to do more where there actually is just like a section of the zombie, you know, just coming out of a grave, maybe broken tombstones, things like that. And this has got me thinking to draw some more horror type stuff like this. Needs a bit more wet, possibly, more detail here and there, and you know, possibly some colour at some point. But right now I ain't too fussed about it. It's given me the sort of inspiration to maybe do some more similar designs, horror stuff like this, and that'll actually be illustrations that I can properly finish. But for now, I like the way that I've sketched that, and I've sort of like loosely inked it. I could go on, but I think I'll leave that today. So I hope you enjoyed that very short vlog today, but I hope to be back on track, especially tomorrow and especially at the weekend, because I'm doing a live stream, so I need to prepare for that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers now.